today we are going to discuss about solutions of partial differential equations. What is the meaning of solution of partial differential equation? So far we form equations from ordinary equations like z is equals to ax plus by by eliminating the arbitrary constants or arbitrary functions. So by differentiating this ordinary function and we form PDEs. So we form PDEs through differentiation, right? So we form different PDEs through differentiation by partial derivatives. By finding the partial derivatives, we can able to form first order differential equation or second order differential equation that we have seen in the last class. Similarly, by eliminating arbitrary functions also, we can able to find PDEs. But now the same thing we have to do it in the reverse manner. That is solving a PDE. Solving a PDE means take a PDE and get back to the original function. How it is possible? Through integration. Through integration. By integrating the original function, the original PDE, we can get back to the original equation. That is nothing but the solution of the PDE, right? So whenever they say solution of a PDE means the solution of the PDE is nothing but the original function from where the PDE formed. So solving partial differential equation means finding the original equation from where this partial differential equation came, right? So that is the thing that we are going to do when we do the problems, right? But is it the PDE is unique or is it the solution of a PDE is unique? No. Just as we said already, even when we form PDE for an ordinary equation, we can able to find different kinds of PDE. Similarly, when you solve a PDE also, we can't get the solution in unique manner. We can get a solution in different manner. Okay. So the different kinds of solutions for a single given PDE that I will explain to you, right? How it is possible. Right? So listen carefully. This is concept wise. You have to be very careful. You have to listen carefully. But once you understand the concept, problems are very easy. Very easy. Right? So right. Just take the screen. Okay, right. So somebody is coming. 1 minute. Anand Kumar. Right. So what is dy by dx? Is equals to 1. Right? I will explain solving PDEs or solving a differential equation through the example. Try to understand this. Dy by dx equal to 1. What is this? Anybody? What is this? Anybody? What is this? This is a differential equation. Dy by dx equals to 1 is a differential equation. Right. Now, what is the meaning of solving this? Very simple. You have to integrate this. So that means what happened? This is dy by dx can be written as dy equals to dx. And then we have put integrating on both sides. Then we get y equals to x plus c. Right. So why we are putting this c? So this you know, integral of dy is y, integral of dx is x. So this is the original equation. This is the original equation. If you differentiate this original equation, you will get this PDE by differentiating. That is called form the PDE. That is called form the PDE or form the differential equation. But when you integrate this, we'll get back the original equation. That original equation is called as solution of the PDE. So this is called solution of the differential equation. Solution of the differential equation. First I explain it for ordinary, then that same thing can understand for partial also, right? So dy by dx is ordinary differential equation. It's another PDE. It's ordinary differential equation, but I will explain what is the meaning of solving differential equation. The same thing can be applied for partial differential equation also, right? So what is the meaning of C? Why we put C? I already explained. Why we put C? What is C? What is C?
Constant.
Constant,
Is a
sir.
constant, sir. Not defined by value,
Arbitrary
sir.
constant.
Constant.
Yes, sir.
Why we put that arbitrary constant?
Not defined by again.
Not defined. But why we are putting? Why we put? Why we put that
We
constant?
don't know the constant value, sir.
We don't know the constant value. Why we don't know the constant value?
Because it gets zero while differentiating.
No. Because, right? Because when we form a PDE, remember, when we form a PDE, whenever we differentiate this, what will happen? This will be dy by dx is equals to, what is the definition of x? 1. And then constant is
C.
constant. Differential of constant is 0, right? So this is nothing but this equation, dy by dx equals to 1. So what is the meaning, right? When y equals to x plus 1 or y equals to x plus 2 or y equals to x plus 3, whatever may be the C value, when we form a PDE, the PDE is always dy by dx equals to 1, right? Remember, x may y equals to x plus 2 or y equals to x plus 3 or y equals to x plus 4. Whatever may be the function, but the corresponding PDE is only one thing. So what is the meaning of this? So dy by dx is equals to 1. It's a differential equation, can be associated with many solutions. Many solutions. Dy by dx equals to 1. Right? It may be a solution of y equals to x plus 1. It may be a solution of y equals to x plus 2. It may be a solution of y equals to x plus 3. Or in general, it may be a solution of y equals to x plus c. Because whenever we differentiate, if there is a constant in the original function, that is vanished when we form the PDE or when we form a differential equation. So all the constants are vanished when we form a differential equation. So when we revert back and getting back to the original equation, we always put the constant C. We always put the constant C because when we differentiate the original function, there may be some constants are there in the original function, right? So when we differentiate it, it become 0 like this, 0 like this. So when we revert back from the year to year, when we revert back from year to year, right? So year 1 becomes x, right? But 0 becomes constant because there may be some constant, even maybe 0 also. But there may be some constant in the original function, so that we put y equals to x plus c. So y equal to x plus c means c may be anything. So this shows that the solution of a differential equation is not unique, right? It may be, right, any solution of the form y equals to x plus c, because we say y equals to x plus 2, then only it represents, right, a single function. But if it is y equals to x plus c means, right, so whether it is y equals to x plus c means, right, it may be any equation, right? It may be any equation. Now I'll ask you one thing. In this solution, so this is called as now solution, right? Now we call this is a solution of the differential equation dy by dx equals to 1. So in this differential equation, in this equation, how many independent variable are there? How many dependent variable are there? Anybody?
Two independent variable.
How many independent variable? How many dependent variable?
Two independent variable. Two independent variable.
Two independent variable. What are the two independent variable?
X and Y.
Then what is the then what is the dependent variable?
1.
One is the dependent variable. Hey, see, you confused with z equals to x plus y, right? Remember, right? I already told you this is a ordinary differential equation. So whenever you write dy by dx, x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. So that we write dy by dx means the rate of change of y with respect to x, right? So it has only one independent variable x, and one dependent variable y. Remember, now I am talking about ordinary
sir.
differential equation, right? Later I convert the same thing to the partial differential equation, because straight up if I go to partial differential equation, it is difficult to you, right? So one arbitrary, so one independent variable and one dependent variable. How many arbitrary constants are there in this equation? How many arbitrary constants are there? How many arbitrary constants are there? Y equals to x plus c. How many arbitrary constants are there in this equation?
One.
Only one arbitrary constant, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is called, right? Because there are different, not only different solutions, there are different types of solutions are there for a differential equation. This type of solution, right, containing the arbitrary constant is called as complete solution. I will give you the definition later, right? So this solution is called as complete solution. Right? So this solution is called as complete solution, right? So why it is called complete solution? Because this solution contains an arbitrary constant which is equals to the number of independent variables. So this equation having only one independent variable and one arbitrary constant. So any equation or any solution containing equal number of arbitrary constants with the number of independent variables, that solution is called as complete solution. That solution is called as complete solution, right? So right now I'll give you some definitions, right? So for the PDE, right, remember here only one independent variable, one dependent variable. In PDE it is of the form z equals to x plus y plus a plus b. X plus y plus a plus b, right? So whenever I write like this, z equals to x plus y plus a plus b, in that case only that x and y are independent variable, z is the dependent variable, right? And a and b are arbitrary constants, right? Only in PDE, right, we can write dou z by dou x and dou z by dou y. So that z is the dependent variable on x, right? And z is the dependent variable on y. So there we use dou, not d. So if I write like this, dy by dx, it is ordinary. But now we take z as the dependent variable, x and y are independent variable, and dou z, dou y are partial derivatives. But the definition is same for ordinary differential equation as partial differential equation, right? So whenever an solution like this, y equals to x plus c, or z equals to x plus y plus a plus b, right? By integrating a differential equation, you will get a solution. In that solution, if the number of independent variables is same as the number of arbitrary constant, that solution is called as complete solution, right? So now I'll give you some definitions that will be visible in the screen itself. So if you want to note it down, you can note it down. Later I will share this video also, right? But in yesterday in board I explained everything nicely. But anyway, right? So first I will tell you what is the definition, and then what is complete solution, definition of solution, then what is complete solution. Similarly, there are some general solution, particular solution, singular solutions are there, right? There are different types of solution of a given PDE. So for a given PDE, you can find solutions in different types. I will explain you one by one, right? So now are you able to see the screen? Solutions of partial differential equations. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So there put the definition 1.3, right? What they say, this is called the definition of a solution of a PDE. So a solution of a PDE. I'll just explain, right? You just follow it. What it says, a solution of a partial differential equation is a relation between the dependent and independent variables which satisfies the partial differential equation. So here you call it as relation. You write instead of relating, you can write relation. So what is a what is the solution of a partial differential equation? A solution of a partial differential equation is a relation between the dependent variable and the independent variable which satisfies the PDE. What is the meaning of this? Whenever if you solve a PDE, suppose of the form dou z by dou x plus dou z by dou y is equals to 1, right? So this is the PDE. Why it is called PDE? Because this is an equation containing first order partial derivative. So we call this as PDE, right? Suppose when we solve this, solving means you have to integrate this and doing something. And finally we get the equation like this: z equals to some function of a and b. Suppose like ax plus by, ax plus by. Right? I'm just writing. I'm not solving. I'm just writing. Suppose you solve this PDE and you by doing some integration, right? And finally you get this relation like this. Then we call this as a solution, provided it should relate the dependent variable, that is z, with the independent variables x and y. So in general, what is the meaning of solution? A solution is nothing but an equation which connects the dependent variable with the independent variables, right? So roughly that is only a solution. But there are different, I already told you, there are different kinds of solution, right? So that I will explain one by one. That is there in definition 1.4 and 1.5, right? But before that, the solution of a PDE is also called as integral of the PDE. So whenever you say a solution is also known as the integral of the PDE, because by integrating the partial differential equation only we get that solution, right? So they call it as integral of the PDE. So integral of the PDE is nothing but the equation you are getting z equals to some function of x and y, right? That is nothing but the integral of the PDE, and otherwise is also called as solution of the PDE, right? So now I will tell you what is called the complete solution. What is called the complete solution? So when you say a solution as a complete solution, right? When you say solution as a complete solution, you just follow down. A solution of a partial differential equation which contains as many arbitrary constants as the number of independent variable, then that solution is called as complete integral or complete solution. Complete integral or complete solution. 1 minute. Then that is called as complete integral or complete solution, right? So why it is called complete solution? Why it is called complete solution, right? It says it should contain as many arbitrary constant as the number of independent variables, right? So again I write the same example. Suppose when you solve a PDE and you're getting a solution like this: ax plus by plus c. Suppose when you integrate a PDE and you are getting a solution like this: z equals to ax plus by plus c. Can we call this as a solution? Anybody? Can we call this as a solution? Z equals to ax plus by plus c. Can we call this as a solution? Z equals to ax plus by plus c. Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Why we call it as a solution? Because it connects the dependent variable z with the independent variables x and y, right? So we call it as a solution. But can we call it as a complete solution? Can we call this as a complete solution? Can we call, suppose when we differentiate, when we integrate a differential equation and we get this solution, can we call this solution as a complete solution? Yes or no? Somebody answer me.
No, sir.
Right. Why it is no?
It doesn't have the orbit or constant equal to the independent value.
Here how many independent variable? Two independent variable. But how many arbitrary constants?
1.
Three arbitrary constants. A is there, B is
Yes,
there,
yes, sir.
C is there.
C.
Right? So number of arbitrary constants is more than the independent number of independent variables. So we call it as a solution of the PDE, but we can't call it as a solution of a complete solution of a PDE. Complete solution of a PDE. Right? So, okay. Now one more type of solution is there, right? So I just give the definition of all these things. Then we do problems, right? So when you do problems, you can understand, right, about all these things in a more clear manner, right? So one more type of solution is also there, right? That is called general solution, right? That is called general solution, right? You just follow it. What is a general solution? A solution of a partial differential equation which contains as many arbitrary functions as the order of the equation. Order of the equation means here they call it as the order of the PDE. We call it as the order of the PDE. As the order of the given PDE is called general solution of the PDE. Right? So a solution of a PDE or partial differential equation which contains as many arbitrary functions as the order of the equation is called the general solution of the PDE. The general solution of the PDE. Right. So you just remember last class we solved this type of problems like z equals to x y plus some function of x plus y. Can you remember? By when form the PDE, we form the PDE in two manner. One manner is by eliminating arbitrary constants, we form the PDE. Another way is by eliminating arbitrary functions, we also form PDE. So how we did? Again, we did the differentiation, partial differentiation, and finally we get the solutions like this, like dou z by dou x plus dou z by dou y equals to something x into y. Right? So this type of PDEs we formed in the last class by eliminating the arbitrary functions from the original equation. So we can form PDE by eliminating arbitrary functions also, right? That we have seen in the last class. That same thing we can revert back. Same thing we can revert back. Whenever we solve some PDE, right? In the final form, you will end up with a solution which contains arbitrary function instead of arbitrary constants, which contains arbitrary functions in place of arbitrary constants, right? So that type of solution is called as general solution. That type of solution, so if a solution contains arbitrary functions in place of arbitrary constant, then that is called as general solution instead of complete solution, provided one condition is given, right? It as many arbitrary functions as the order of the given PDE, right? So what is the order of this PDE? Dou z by dou x plus dou z by dou y is equals to x1. What is the order of this PDE? We can always talk about order of a PDE, right? Ordinary equation, no order, but for differential equation, can call it as order. What is the order of this PDE? Dou z by dou x plus dou z by dou y. What is the meaning of order? Anybody? What is the meaning of order of the PDE? What is this? Dou z by dou x. What is this? What is dou z by dou x? We simply call it as small p. This is small q. What are small p's and q's? What are small p and q's? What are small p and q's? Anybody? What are small p and q's? Answer me, somebody. Waraj, Ahmad, Smith. When I write dou z by dou x plus dou z by dou y equal to xy, what is the order of the equation?
I think 1, sir.
Right, 1. Why it is 1?
Because there's the order of the dosage is the power of 1.
Because this is dou z by dou x.
Yes.
This is a first order
And
derivative.
second.
Similarly,
Yes,
plus
sir.
dou z by dou means it is a, again it is a first order derivative, right?
Yes, sir.
If it is dou square by dou x square, suppose if it is dou square by dou x square, if it is suppose it is 2 here, right, 2 here, then it become a second order. But now it is only dou z by dou x, so it is a first order. So it is called first order PD, right? So in this first order PD, if you solve this, and when we get back the solution as this, like this, z equals to xy plus some function of x plus y, right? Now the order of equation is first order, so that is the order of the equation is 1, right? And in this equation, how many arbitrary functions are there? In this equation, how many arbitrary functions are there? Z equals to xy plus
1.
f of x plus y. Only one arbitrary function, right? Remember, here order is 1. Because this is dou z by dou x. So order is 1. Here number of function is 1, right? So order of the equation is same as the number of arbitrary functions in the solutions, right? So that, right, you just come back to the definition of general solution. So it says a solution of the partial differential equation which contains as many arbitrary functions as the order of the equation. So for a first order, if you are able to get a solution with one arbitrary function, then that solution is called as general solution, right? It's called as general solution. Suppose if your original PD itself of order 2, like dou square z by dou x square plus dou square z by dou y square, right? Then in the final solution, you should get a solution of the form like z equals to xy plus function of x plus y plus some other function of x into y. Suppose if the original PDE is of order 2, like it contains the terms dou square z by dou x square, then when you solve this, you will get a solution. In that solution, it should have two arbitrary constants. Then only you can call it as a general solution for the given PD, right? So for a general solution, it should contain as many arbitrary functions as the order of the equations, right? So these two things are called as complete solution and general solution, right? So now you can jump from complete solution to general solution, right? Like this, using like this. Are you able to see this? Z equals to ax plus by. Can you call this as a complete solution for a general PDE which having two independent variable? Can we call z equals to ax plus by is a solution of the PDE which contains two arbitrary two independent variables? Answer me. Can we call this as a complete solution for this
Yes,
type
sir.
of because it contains two arbitrary constants and two independent variables, right? Now
Yes, sir.
listen carefully. The same function I can write like this. In this equation, I take x outside. Then what it will be like this? It will be like of the form a plus b y by x, right? So in this complete solution, I take x outside. So a is inside and by is inside. Since I take x outside, it is of the form a plus by by x. That is like this. A plus by by x, right? Now right? Listen carefully. A plus by by x can be written as some function of y by x. Can be written as some function of y by x, right? A plus b of y by x can be written of some function of y by x. If you write like this, then in place of x you can put x, and then in place of a plus by by x you can write some function of y by x. Because a plus y by x, it's a format. So a b may change 1 plus 2y by x or 3 plus 2y by x. So it may be in any form. So in general they can write it as some function of y by x in place of a plus by by x. So what is the difference between these two things, right? Both are same. Both are solution of the same PDE. So this is the given PDE. Z equals to px plus qy is the PDE, right? So for this PDE only, z equals to ax plus by is the complete solution, right? Z equals to px plus qy is a first order PDE. For that first order PDE only, z equals to ax plus by is the complete solution. But from that complete solution itself, you can form a general solution by doing this type of changes. Now, in place of arbitrary constants a and b, that is replaced by a arbitrary function f, right? And this thing, that is z equals to x times f of x plus x f of y by x, is called as general solution of the PDE. Because what is the order of the PDE? The order of the PDE is 1 because it contains only p and q. So the original PDE is of order 1. And here, how many arbitrary function is there? Only one arbitrary function, that is f of y by x. So f of y by x is called as a general solution of the PDE. So is z equals to x into f of y by x is called as the general solution of the PDE. At the same time, z equals to ax plus by is called as the complete solution of the same PDE. So same PDE have complete solution, same PDE have some general solution. Only thing is, if you want to move from complete solution to general solution, you have to replace the arbitrary constants to arbitrary function. Arbitrary constants to arbitrary function, right? But in complete solution mean it contains as many arbitrary constant as the number of independent variables. So 2 independent variable, 2 arbitrary constants, so it is called as complete solution. But when it's following it as general solution, it depends on the order of the original equation. So order of the original equation is first order PDE, so order 1, and here also only one arbitrary function, so it is called as general solution of the PDE. It's called as general solution of the PDE, right? Right. So now I will tell you how to find this. How to find this, right? How to find complete solution, how to find general solution, all these things, right? So these are the not only two things. There are other kinds of solutions also there, right? So one more solution is called as particular solution. Particular solution, right? I will just explain you what is particular solution, right? Again, going back to the original, the simple idea, so that you can understand what is particular solution in ordinary equation. The same thing can be applied for. So when we integrate this, you will get this as a solution. Y equals to x plus c. I already told this is the complete solution. And we don't know what is c. Suppose if a differential equation is given along with a condition like this, y of 0 equals to 1. You can see in some books they call it as initial value problem. A differential equation given with a condition. They simply write dy by dx equal to 1 and y of 0 equals to 1. What is y of 0 equals to 1 means? When x is equals to 0, y value 1. So they know one condition. Otherwise they know only one value of x and one value of y, right? So dy by dx is nothing but the rate of change. So they know what is the rate of change of that particular substance, and they know what is the position of y when x equal to 0, right? So this is called as initial value problem whenever a differential equation given along with the condition, right? Why if they give condition? If they give conditions, we can find the particular solution for this. We can find a particular solution for this. How? So what is the thing? So this is called as complete solution. This is called as complete solution because it contains arbitrary constants. But now, since here, what is the condition is given? The condition is given as when x is equal to 0, y equals to 1. So you put the condition here in the solution. What happened? Y equals to 1. When x is equals to 0. Right? So you put the condition in the solution, then you will get one nice relation, that is c equals to 1. So from this you can write c equals to 1, and now you can replace this equation y equal to x plus c as y equals to x plus 1. So c is replaced by the fixed constant 1. Why? Because the differential equation is all given with a condition. Without condition, you can't find the particular solution, right? So if a differential equation is given with a condition, using that condition, you putting that condition in the solution, that is in y equals x plus c, and if you are able to find the value of c, or if you are able to remove c from the equation. So now this is the final equation, and this is also a solution. But in this solution, there is no arbitrary constant, right? It is only a fixed constant y c equals to 1. So you can write y equals to x plus 1, and this equation is called as particular solution, or otherwise called as particular integral. Putting particular values to the arbitrary constants or arbitrary function, then that solution is called as a particular solution. That solution is called as a particular solution, right? So putting an arbitrary, not arbitrary value, putting a fixed value for the arbitrary constant, right? Then it is called as a particular solution. So that is given in the definition itself, right? You can see the definition. What is particular integral? A solution of the PDE obtained from the complete integral. So first you have to find the complete solution. After finding the complete solution by giving particular values to the arbitrary constant is called particular integral. So here by definition they give, if you give particular values to arbitrary constant, then it's called particular integral. But we can't give arbitrarily some constant. So always a differential equation is given with a condition. Using that condition, we can able to find the fixed value for the arbitrary constant. Once you find the fixed value for the arbitrary constant, you put the value in place of the arbitrary constant. Then arbitrary constant removed from the solution, and it become a fixed constant like y equals to x plus 1. Then that y equals to x plus 1 is called as the particular solution. Then why it's called as the particular solution. It's called as the particular solution, right? So like that, the one more thing also that called as singular solution. So that will come back later because we have 10 minutes more. So we'll see one simple example and try to find how to find complete solution and general solution. Complete solution and general solution. Right? Very simple problem, only 2-line problem. If you're able to understand it, it's very nice one. Right? Now can you see the screen now? Example 1.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. So just 1 minute I just tell. So here we are going to take or solve only some standard types of PDEs. Right? Because in your syllabus itself, right, there are only certain type of PDEs only we are going to study. Right? So that call it as standard types. Right? So now you see type 1 PDE. What is type 1 PDE? I think you can see in the screen. So type 1 PDE is of the form, right, f of p of q is equals to 0. What is the meaning of this? They take PDEs of the form, right, it contains only p and q's, right, like that p plus q equals to 0, or p into q equals to 0, or p square plus q square equal to 0, whatever it may be of the differential equation or PDE, but it contains explicitly only p and q's, not z, not x, not y. But you may ask, sir, p itself dou z by dou x, so and q is dou z by dou y. So inside P, X and Y and X and X, Y, Z are there. Yes, inside P and Q, X, Y, Z are there. But when you see, right, explicitly in the equation, in that equation, there should not be any X, there should not be any Y, there should not be any Z, right? So explicitly that equation only should contains P and Q, right? If it is there, then there is a procedure is there to find the solution of the PDEs which contains only the first order partial derivatives P and Q in the partial differential equation, right? Now I'll tell you the working procedure, how to solve this. Step 1 is, right, you have to assume that, because it is known, they put down, but you have to assume that, right, the solution of the PDE may be of the form z equals to ax plus by plus c, because it is a linear function. It should be a linear function. They are assuming that, right, the solution of the given PDE, the function may be the PDE may be any format. It may be p plus q equals to 1, or p into q equals to 1, or p square plus q square equals to 1, or p square plus q square equals to 2, whatever it may be. But in general, they assume it as the solution of the PDE may be of the form z equals to ax plus by plus c, right? But this is only a solution, but it is not a complete solution. We are going to find the complete solution, because we know a complete solution contains only the number of arbitrary constants which is equivalent to the number of independent variables. But here z equals to ax plus by plus c, whatever we assume is, we assume it as a solution, but it is not a complete solution, because it contains 3 arbitrary constants and only 2 independent variables. So number of independent variables is not equals to the number of arbitrary constants, right? Then what we have to do, right? So that I will explain through one simple example through this. Then you can understand the idea behind finding the solution of the complete solution of a PDE, right? So what is the problem is given? P plus Q equals to PQ, right? So this can be written as P plus Q minus PQ is equals to 0. P plus Q minus PQ is equals to 0. So what we have to do, since it is of type 1, why it is type 1? Because it contains only P and Q's. We can assume that the complete integral or solution is of the form like this. But this is not a complete integral, because it contains more arbitrary constants, right? Suppose we assume this as a solution, right? If you differentiate this, because if this is a solution, if you differentiate this should, you get back to this. That is the idea, right? If you assume something as a solution, what is the important thing? If you differentiate this, you should get back to the original PDE, right? So if you differentiate this, what will happen? You just check. You differentiate this with respect to x. What do you get? Dou z by dou x is equals to, what is that? Dou z by dou x is equals to
A plus
A
plus D.
No, B won't come, because we are differentiating with respect to x.
Why, sir? Sorry, sir. Why,
you are
sir?
differentiating with respect to x. What
C,
happened?
sir.
0 and
0,
0. Both are 0,
Yes,
because you are differentiating with respect to x. Similarly, if you differentiate the same function with respect to y, what happened? Dou z by dou y is equals to, remember?
0 plus Y, sir.
0 plus y, otherwise simply y.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
where you are getting? You are getting this from this assumption. Right? From this assumption, you are getting dou z by dou x equals to A, dou z by dou y is equals to, sorry, not B, it is B, not Y, it is B. Right? Because we differentiate Y, it is 1, you are getting B. But what is dou z by dou x? Dou z by dou x is nothing but small p, right? Dou z by dou x is nothing but small p. And what is dou z by dou y?
Small q, sir.
Small q. So now what you are getting? From this relation, you are getting P equals to A and Q equals to B, right? Try to understand. From this assumption, right, you get dou z by dou x equals to A and dou z by dou y equals to B. But dou z by dou y is nothing but P and dou z by dou y equals to Q. Now, after getting this relation P equals to A and Q equals to B, put that relation once again to the original given PDE, because if you assumed this as a solution, then this relation should satisfy in the original PDE. If this is a solution, that is z equals to ax plus by plus c is a solution, means what are we derived, that is p equals to a equals to b, what are we derived here, that should be satisfied by the original PDE. That should be satisfied by the original PDE. So what we have to do, we have to replace p by a and q by b. That only they are writing here. They write in place of p, they write a, in place of q, they write b. Then pq becomes ab. Right? Here you can take b outside, becomes take ab this side and take b outside. This is a, become a minus 1 and this is a by a minus 1. Right? So this is, you write a plus b minus ab is equals to 0. Right? You take b, take a on that side. So it is b times 1 minus a equals to minus a. A goes that side as minus a, and you take b outside like this. So you can, this as b equals to minus a by 1 minus a, or you can write as a by a minus 1. You say if you take 1 minus n outside from here, if you take 1 minus n outside from here, then become a minus 1, and this minus n, this minus n will cancel out. So b can be written as a by a minus 1. B can be written as a by a minus 1. So ultimately what we need is, we need the relation between a and b. So b can be written as a by a minus 1. Right? Now we have a relation between these two arbitrary constants. Once you get this relation, from where we get this relation? By substituting p equals to a and q equals to b in the original PDE. The original PDE, of substituting that in the original PDE, we get this relation. Now what you have to do now, we simply put that relation b equals to a by a minus 1 in the assumption, because the assumption is our starting point. So there, in place of b, you simply put a by a minus 1. So now our assumption, that is z equals to ax, right, is ax is as it is, ax is, z is as it is, ax, z is as it is, ax is also as it is. But in place of b, I can replace it as a by a minus 1, and c is as it is, and c is as it is. So now the final form is of the form z equals to ax by ax plus a by a minus 1 y plus c. Right? Now tell me, how many arbitrary constants are there in the updated, that is in this equation 1. This is starting assumption. Now in this equation, how many arbitrary constants are there?
4.
Huh?
4.
No, 3 repeats 3 times. Arbitrary constant means a and c, only 2.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right?
2.
Arbitrary constant means that a repeats 2 or 3 times. But arbitrary constant means a and c. How many independent variables are there in this equation?
2.
2. So number of independent variables x and y, number of arbitrary constants a and c. So number of independent variables is same as number of arbitrary constant. Then what we call this as complete solution.
integral.
We call it as complete integral or complete solution. Because what is complete solution? A complete solution is a solution of the PDE which contains as many arbitrary constants as the number of independent variables. As many arbitrary constant as the number of independent variables. Can you see there? I think in the screen you can see now. So what is complete solution? A complete solution is a solution which contains as many arbitrary constant as the number of independent variables. It is called as complete solution. It is called as complete solution. So if it is called as complete solution, then how to find general solution? Only one line is there. Only one line is there. You just see in the screen itself, you can see, right? The procedure to find the general solution or general integral. So here, to find the general integral or general solution. So here, what I am telling, right? You can write for all the problem, because finding general solution is very difficult. So only thing is you just write 1 or 2 steps for all the problems. So whatever step I'm going to tell hereafter, that is applicable for all the problems, right? So what you have to do now, once you get the solution, once you get the complete solution, right? Once you get a complete solution, definitely since the number of arbitrary independent variables is 2, definitely you have 2 arbitrary constants A and C, right? Now what you have to do now, you have to put C equals to some function of A, right? It should like a new to you how a arbitrary constant can be written as some function of A, because this is nothing but what we have written here, B in terms of A, B in terms of A. Similarly here they are writing C also in terms of A. We are assuming that suppose if C is also can be written in terms of A, C is also C equals to A by A plus 1 or something, then C can be replaced by f of A, some function f of A, some function, arbitrary function f of A. Now we are going to find the general solution. I already told you what is general solution. A general solution is a solution of the PDE which contains as many arbitrary functions as the order of the PDE, as the order of the PDE. So here, what is the order of this PDE? What is the order of this PDE?
1.
1. So
One,
when
sir.
we form a general solution, the general solution should contain one arbitrary function. One arbitrary function. Now that arbitrary function is nothing but f. That arbitrary function is nothing but f. Now can call this as general solution? Can I call this as general solution?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we call it a general solution, but still one thing is there. This contains independent constants also. Sorry, arbitrary constants also. A is also there. Arbitrary function is also there. Arbitrary constants also there. But I already told you, in the general solution, there won't be any arbitrary constant. It could contain only arbitrary function, right? Now what you have to do now, once you write like this, you have to differentiate, right, this equation, right, partially with respect to A. With respect to A. See? Differentiate partially with respect to A. So this is a standard procedure for all problems. So for all the problems, after getting this complete solution, you have to put C equals to some f of A, C equals to some f of A, and then you have to differentiate with respect to A. When you differentiate with respect to A, what will happen to this? Just like a constant. So it
0.
become 0. AX become x.
X.
Why? Because A is variable, x is something like a constant. So A is differentiation of A with A is 1, x will come. Then this you have to use some UDV rule and you have to differentiate this, right? So once you differentiate with respect to A, you will get this form. You will get this form, right? So still in this form, we have A and f dash of A. Now we have to write one standard line for all the problems, because solving this is not up to your level. For second year level, so it is not there. So that in the book itself, they write one line. Eliminating A between 2 and 3. Eliminating A between 2 and 3 means the equation 2 is nothing but your complete solution. So this is your, this is by in the complete solution, if you put A C equals to f of A, okay, this is equation number 2, right? So this is before differentiation. If you put C equals to f of A, this is equation number 2. Then after differentiating this, you get equation number 3. Equation number 3. Now you have to write this line for all the problems. Eliminating A between 2 and 3, we get the general solution. Then that problem will over. Then the problem will over. Right? For all the problems, you have to write on the same line. Eliminating A between 2 and 3. 2 means in place of C, you have to put f of A. Then you have to differentiate it with respect to A partially. Then you have to write this line. Then it, but the original general solution, no need to write. Just this line, there is more than enough at your level. At your level. So main thing is you have to find the complete solution. That is very, very important. After finding the complete solution, you have to put C equals to f of A, and you have to differentiate with respect to A, and then you write this line. Then the problem over.